Learn the easy way. Because whenever it comes to feedback, whether you're giving feedback, whether you're taking feedback, there's a hard way to learn things and there's an easy way to learn things. Hard way to learn things is, well, I'm just going to do it my way over and over and over again. And I'm going to bat my head up against this brick wall until I finally get through it, right? It's probably going to happen at some point, but it's not the most effective way of doing things. This guy's one of the smartest investors ever. Warren Buffett's partner, Charlie Munger. It's good to learn from your mistakes. It's better to learn from other people's mistakes. If you can figure that out and you can open your ears, you start writing down notes and you start paying attention to what other people have gone through, you will avoid a world of hurt. You want to time travel? That's how you time travel. You can go live it all if you want to. I tell you right now, I would not, man. I mean, I did a lot of crazy stuff. I partied a lot. If y'all ever want to sit down and hear my glory stories, I'd be more than happy to share it with you. But after I'm done, I'll tell you, I would trade all of that for the knowledge I have today. I would trade all of that to be able to have a conversation with someone before I started that and then say, hey, listen, I've lived it. Let me save you 5 to 10 years of your time. Learn from other people's mistakes. Be humble. And then once you become that person that's giving that feedback to other people, do it in the right way. Do it because you care. Don't just do it so you can hear yourself talk. Because that's whenever people know that you're actually investing with them and you'll start making a difference. Applications. Ken Wilber, A Brief History of Everything. This one's weird. Like, when I say weird, it's weird. But he talks about transcendence and he talks about the concept of a wholeness and a whole one. As a human is a whole one, and then you got a wholeness, which is basically the world as we know it, like a collective consciousness. Kind of weird. I don't agree with all of his philosophy, but if you want to get kind of weird whenever it comes to understanding the dynamics of growth from like a very young child to like elevating yourself from like a mental perspective, dude, that book will like shake you. Might have to listen to it a couple times, but it'll shake you. Dan Sullivan, Gap in the Game, reading it right now. It's really good. Overcoming those mental hurdles, right? And guys, again, I'm telling you right now, one of the best tools that I learned when I was a road warrior, and I used to drive, dude, I would drive out to the middle of absolutely nowhere. Like I would wake up. I remember one time I woke up in the morning and got a lead in Bartlesville, and I had to leave my house at like 5 a.m., drive all the way to Bartlesville. We weren't allowed to call the people. Show up to the house in Bartlesville, and the person's kid had set the appointment as a joke. So I drove from Oklahoma City to freaking Bartlesville for literally nothing. I listened to a book on the way to my next appointment and sold the next 3 and ended up making like $4,000 that day. So what you're consuming, especially on those down days, will greatly dictate where you go. Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. I've suggested this one before. Still, over and over again, it's going to go through a lot of different scenarios. You want to learn from people's mistakes and learn what people have done right. That book it's literally like a history book of how to overcome things and how to learn from other people. Jordan B. Peterson podcast. Dude, I love this podcast because he's always got really weird, interesting people on there that are talking about weird stuff. If at night you're trying to figure out stuff to do, walk on like if you don't have a treadmill at home or whatever, like you need to go, like, dude, go just for a walk and listen to a podcast. Like go find information that's actually going to pull you into the next day. Okay. But overall, like whenever it comes to this class, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for the feedback. If y'all have any feedback for me after this class about how I can get better, if you ever have feedback to me on how I can get better at what I do, I would love to hear it because I just launched my school academy on SKOOL. It's like Alex Ramosey's new thing, and I'm going to build that out. So I need all the feedback that I can possibly get to really make sure that what I do right now, I can maximize that effectiveness. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for spending your time with me. Thank you for your feedback, and I will see you next time.
Great.